Leo Tango. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday. Yeah, I know it's Tuesday because I found out Monday was yesterday, okay? And, all right, so for a guy who didn't call me last night because it was too late to tell me he was going to a Yankee game and couldn't do his show today, I just look back. I don't on the schedule. It doesn't have the show at all. Anyway, we'll see. By the way, to answer the Cha Cha's question, yes, we are building this site. We are doing things behind the scenes quite a bit. We are talking to some websites, some podcast people that you all know. Everybody's interested in doing something with this site. So just be patient, take your time, and before you're being critical, why don't you check out the facts first, okay? And it's not one person who makes this chat room. It's not one person who makes this website or this network. It's a combination of everybody who pitches in, and when you start complaining and opening up your mouth, that doesn't do anything at all except stir the pot and make people want to walk away. This is a place that we're here to have some fun, to create something, not to be critical in public like you've been, Cha Cha. I think that's fair. Put a lot of work into this place, but it's not work. It's all fun. And you have no idea what I'm doing off the air. No idea. Nobody does. I don't either. But anyway, welcome aboard, everybody, on a lovely Tuesday morning, and away we go with. You know what? There's a lot of stuff here, and I'll tell you why. Last night, the Yankee and the Met game was rained out, and they announced at 4. Here's, I've talked to some people who went there, and they announced at 4 p.m. that the gates would open at 5. So after you parked your car, you bought a hot dog, you got a beer, you went to your seat, you spent another $50 when you got in, then you read on the scoreboard that at 6:30, that when the field was cut, 6:30, no public address announcement on the scoreboard. It said the game was postponed. Why did they open the gates at 5 p.m.? It never rained hard again after that. You park your car, you pay for the parking, the whole thing. The field was covered. The grounds crew wasn't even given a chance to get it in shape, and This is what Major League Baseball is doing. It's not even. This is how Major League Baseball treats the fans. And I did hear, however, and I want to confirm this, that the people that went to the game were able to get not just another ticket to see the game they missed, but they may have gotten a ticket to another game as well. And that's what I'm hoping for. Because if they didn't do that, then baseball's in trouble. But that's what happened at the Yankee game yesterday. Okay, some great stuff going on here with, of course, the great Triple A, Double A, whatever your name is. Okay, great job yesterday with Lou. It's always good, and the whole thing. Yep, that's right. Paternity leave, Toro Tanaka. That's right, paternity leave. That's what I said yesterday. Why can't you just plan it so that you conceive and have the kid in the off season? Why don't you just do that? I don't get it, man. That's one of the analytics that has absolutely been missing. Had a chance to do a show yesterday on the Fantasy Sports Network with Craig Mish. If you get a chance to go on there and take a listen, I think that would be nice. Okay. Anyway, Craig does a great job. He's now with the Fantasy Sports Network, if you haven't heard. Okay. So there you go. All right, everybody. Let's get back to the act. And here, you wonder why Tampa, with such a good team, and the stadium stinks, the whole thing. Entered Monday night averaging 13,800. 29th among Major League Baseball teams. It's a disgrace to baseball. That's what it is. So, and look, here's a trivia question for you to start it off. Get the action. I'm a little sluggish today. Feel a little sluggish. With Andy not here, she's coming back Thursday. It's going to be a hootenanny, I'll tell you that. So let's throw out a trivia question to get our minds going as we welcome everybody into the chat room. Players who've homered, who've hit home runs in their Major League debut in 2019. You saw Jordan Alvarez. Now, he wants to be called Jordan, okay? Jordan Alvarez. So Jordan Alvarez hit a home run the other day in his Major League debut. Excuse me. Name the other three players. Three other players hit home runs in their Major League debut this year. Can you tell me who they are, okay? That's all right. There you go. Yeah, Andrea will save us all. Okay. Yeah, that's right. No. Good morning to Eddie Caprio and his collection of baseball cards. Great to have you aboard, Eddie. Really did miss you big time. Okay. National League pitchers. Who gave up 5 hits, all of them home runs. We saw one last night in Jared Eichhoff. There were a couple other pitchers. I won't even trouble you to think about who the other pitchers are. Steve Stone for the Cubs, Matt Latos for the Cincinnati Reds, Jared Eichhoff. Unbelievable job. But now you take a look at the landscape of Major League Baseball and the bullpens. That's the name of the game. So far in June, although we got a half a month, maybe a little less, the Rockies have the best ERA in the bullpen. The Dodgers are next. The Diamondbacks are third. The Reds are fourth. And the Nationals bullpen is clipping in at a 2.7 ERA. So that's pretty good there. The Diamondbacks, as we go around the horn, the Diamondbacks hit 3 straight home runs to open the game, and they finished with a team record 8 home runs in their 13-8 win over the Phillies in a homer happy game. They called it the homer happy. My boy Scott Kingery hit 2 of the Philadelphia 5 home runs. They combined for a record of 13 homers in one game, and there you go. The Diamondbacks turned their at-bats into batting practice. Dyson Marte, I mean, come on, David Peralta, the whole thing. Now, Arizona's going to have a big decision to make, okay? And that is, Zach Godley pitched pretty good in 6 appearances during his most recent stint in the bullpen. He's got 13 innings and allowed just 1 run. So, big improvement in throwing strikes, in working ahead of the count more frequently, and being able to put hitters away. He has thrown strikes with 68% of his pitches in the past 6 outings. It was about 61% in his first 11 appearances. So Zach Godley is quickly moving into a position where you may have to consider him back on your roster, okay? Good morning to you all. Good morning to Eddie Caprio, as I said before. Eddie, I hope you're getting sound. We got a new format here, so if you don't mind, somebody help Eddie Caprio in the event he doesn't have sound. Good morning to Arnie, who's up next. Coming up next will be Arnie. And Greg and Cam and Cha-Cha and the Amazings and the DK Loosh. AZ Kill and J.R. Matz from the great state of Cincinnati. Leonard Donaldson is here with the amazing Lou and Mal Palin. The Itch is here. Michael Itch at the kitchen table with Phil Chaplin, that guy, and Unholy Toledo and a cast of thousands. So the Diamondbacks now 11 games behind the Dodgers. 11 games. They're 2.5 games out of the final wild card spot with 7 other National League teams within 4 games of them. And the trade speculation is swirling. It is unbelievable. And the Diamondbacks would love to trade Zach Greinke. We've talked about this before. The Cardinals were talked about a week ago, and now their name is coming up again. The Diamondbacks and the Cardinals have done a tremendous job in building minor league depth, even with so much of their homegrown talent in the big leagues. The quality of a package that they could give Arizona. Of course, it depends on how much money the Diamondbacks are willing to eat. With the only one I don't think that the Cardinals will trade could be Nolan Gorman. That's the Cardinals' number one prospect. He is likely to be, as we say, untouchable. I'm not sure anybody else is, okay? And the other one who could go for Arizona could be David Peralta. Good morning to Zelmo, okay? There you go. Working well. Good, Eddie. Thank you. So Peralta's hitting .301. Of course, he's got the 8 homers. He's walked 15 times, 35 RBIs. And the team that has shown the interest in David Peralta, believe it or not, could be the Oakland Athletics, who really there was a lot expected of Oakland, okay? But it depends on what day you catch Oakland, right? Either they're ready, they think they're good enough to make the playoffs, and they got some pieces coming back. They got A.J. Puck, they got Jesus Luzardo, and they got outfielder Jamison Hanna, third baseman Sheldon Neese, who I did see in the Arizona Fall League. He's a pretty good player, all right? So they might be a fit for the Diamondbacks, or they may hope that some of these guys help fill some spots and maybe they can make the playoffs. So Peralta makes a big contribution to the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's become a leader. And that's been an area where the Diamondbacks really hurt after they traded Paul Goldschmidt. Okay, when he was traded, not only did they lose a great ball player, but they lost a leader. Atlanta and Pittsburgh, the Atlanta Braves, they stayed hot. They hit 5 home runs on a night. Look, they had a stare down. What a stupid thing. What a stupid thing with Donaldson and Musgroves. The umpires really blew that one because, first of all, the catcher caught the ball, which and the pitch clearly was not to throw at him. But okay. What this does, though, is sets a precedent for trying to get a pitcher out of the game. I mean, really, he didn't throw at the guy. But Donaldson made some overtures towards the pitcher, and then the pitcher came back. As a pitcher, you really have to restrain yourself, because if this is what they're going to do, this is just a ploy to get a pitcher out of the game, all right? And when you take a pitcher out of the game in the first inning, you mess up this team for a couple of days, maybe even a week, where when Donaldson comes out, all you got to do is put somebody else in. No big deal. So I think the umpires really have to rethink their strategy. Acuna hit a grand slam. Ozzie Albies hit two home runs. The Braves beat Pittsburgh 13-7, and we all heard about that. And Kevin Gausman struggled despite being given a 5-1 lead in the second inning. Very bad for Gausman. Marte hit 2 homers, drove in 4 runs. The Braves now have won 4 straight. The Pirates are on a 4-game losing streak. And I will tell you that, this morning when on a show that I won't even mention the name because I don't even want to give him credit for a name, but it was so boring, and they talked about Kevin Gausman, that I decided to put my 2 cents in and call in as Lenny from Long Island. And they, for the second time in 2 weeks, they wouldn't take my call. Are you kidding me? You try to support somebody, you try to help them out. The show is moving along like ketchup coming out of the bottle, and they won't take your call because they're. This is why I'm so proud of some of the people who are doing stuff here on the website with the podcasts and everything else that you guys contribute. The people who are podcasting now, unlike some others, their head hasn't gotten big and giant and exploded, and they don't think that they're the top of the heap. Okay, they're just regular people doing a great job, and some of them do deserve to be on top. In the past, we've had people who were absolutely awful who, got a little recognition and it went to their heads. the people here now are good enough to be top flight